Good morning, world. You're on the mic with Mike. It's the morning mic drop coming at you live, direct. I haven't spoke in a week or two. My lovely lady reminded me that it was a year ago today that I did this for the first time, and I thought it'd be only right to throw something at you real quick. I think I might have mentioned this in the past, but I might have underestimated how pertinent it is to my personal development. I call this the morning mic drop because I do it in the morning on the way to work. If you call it work, you know, I love what I do, so I wouldn't really call it work. But everyone that I've ever studied or researched has a morning ritual. A lot of them basically actually have a nightly and a morning ritual. And this morning I want to talk about my morning ritual, which I've actually upgraded. And I must say, phenomenal results. Phenomenal. They are, I don't know exactly if it's one thing or if it's a combination of everything. So I'm just going to walk you through my morning. And this has been a gathering of multiple successful mentors that are successful in different areas that I've basically just combined. And fantastic, epic results. So I wake up at the same time every morning. We have a circadian rhythm, a circadian clock. So 7 days a week, I wake up at the same time. Sometimes on one day I'll wake up like an hour later, but it's usually at 5:30. It's still dark. I have an alarm that goes off. It starts quiet and it gets louder. A lot of the time I wake up right before, and I get up and I'm used to it, so it's not tough anymore. At the beginning it was kind of tough. So I wake up and I drink some water, I hydrate, I go take a shit, I then make some coffee, and I take my coffee, I go sit down in my leather Lazy Boy office chair, very comfortable. I put my robe on. There's a lot of the time I sleep naked because oxytocin is a wonderful chemical, and sleeping naked is the way to do it, whether you're with someone or not. There's a lot of health reasons for that. Anyways, I put on my robe and then I pray. I don't know, I'm not going to get into the whole religion, it's more of a spiritual thing, but I pray. I have a few prayers that I say, and then I go through character defects that I want to be removed, and I thank God for the things that He grants me. Like, these are internal characteristics, and then I thank God for a whole list of things. It's a pretty decent sized list. And then I meditate. I do some breathing exercises. There's a lot of different forms of meditations and breathing exercises out there. I encourage you to look for some, practice them until you find something that works for you. There's a couple things that work for me, but I found one that I'm just perfect. It is miraculous what it does for me. After that, I read. I have a couple things that I read. I go through a book. I'm trying to knock out, I shouldn't say I'm trying, I'm able to knock out a book every couple of weeks if I'm able to read anywhere from 20 minutes to 30 minutes a day. And then there's some other things I read, like there's some morning meditations that I read. There's a lot of different morning meditations out there. You can look those up. And then I journal. I find this is also very powerful. I just write down my thoughts, and then after I'm done with that, I write down 3 more things that I am grateful for and why they're grateful. And I put these on paper. I don't just say them in my prayers. And very powerful. The reading helps me grow. I can become wiser and therefore help more people. And it's very beneficial to just knowing things about myself and life in general, whether it be financial, intellectual, mindset, you know, emotional strength, spirituality, and or health and fitness, health and body. I want to live a long, healthy life. So I go through different books, different topics, very beneficial. So reading those, the prayer and meditation, obviously I shouldn't have to explain to you what that does for you. The journaling is very powerful. A lot of geniuses journaled, or I should say a lot of people that journaled ended up being called geniuses. I don't know which is better. It helps with the memory. And then, anyways, so I journal, and then I take out my day planner and I look at my daily goals every single day. Depending on the day, I review my weekly and monthly goals. Get those set up because I scratch them off. I check those off. I put a line through them when I accomplish them. Get a little burst of dopamine. And then I go work out. Best time of the day to work out is in the morning. There's a lot of benefits to that. There's been studies that prove it helps with sleep. Also gets your day right, gets the blood flowing. Doesn't matter how long it is. I try to get at least 20 minutes in, sometimes more, rarely ever less, but usually it's more than that. But at least 20 minutes I get a workout in. I take my water while I do that. I hydrate more. Then I come back and I have a protein shake, smoothie. It's got super greens in it. You know, fruits, vegetables, protein. I also, by the way, when I'm hydrating, I'm drinking alkaline water. I want to put that out there. I make my smoothie and my coffee with alkaline water. It's a matter of pH balance, so I don't drink alkaline all day. I've had an issue with that, so I try to find balance. So in the morning, I drink alkaline water. I have my smoothie. I go outside, and I take my shoes off, and I sit on the ground, or I sit in one of our lawn chairs, and my feet are on the ground. It's something called grounding or earthing. It has to do with the magnetic, Earth's magnetic field. Look it up. There's a lot of benefits. Olympians do it. There's a lot of things that I can't get into because I don't want to make this video too long, but I encourage you to look into these things. I then jump in the shower. As soon as I open the shower curtain, when I turn on the shower, it's cold. Instead of waiting for it to turn hot, I just jump in. Very difficult sometimes not so difficult, but it's a shock. It's a shock to your body. Woo! Man, that cold water's something else. And then it gets warm and I take a shower. So then I slide my curtain open and there's my mirror. And immediately I start speaking to myself in the mirror. Self-talk, positive affirmations, and I believe them. It's good to practice it. Even if you don't believe it, eventually you will. Every single day I do this. Then I brush my teeth. When I brush my teeth with my left hand. I'm right-handed, so whatever it is, do the opposite hand. Reason for that being, it opens up change. And also, when you have a habit, what happens is there's these neurons in your brain, they get coated with something, and it basically becomes a habit. So I do it with my left hand, and it sets up my brain, so it helps me with my memory. It helps, and it also helps me be more open to change. So after that, I go get dressed. A lot of the time I have what I'm already going to wear out. That way I don't have to sit there and make a decision on what I'm going to wear, because in the morning, at the beginning of the day, is when we make our best decisions, and we only have a certain amount of decisions before some of them start getting kind of iffy. There's some studies on that too. So I do that, but before I do that, as soon as I walk into the bedroom, I make the bed. The reason I make the bed is because I like to start off the day with success. I make something successful, It's beautiful. It looks good. Whatever happens throughout the day, good, bad, struggles, hard, easy, I get to come home to success. That made bed. So I make that bed, and then I get dressed, and then I make sure that I wake my kids up. I make my lunch, pack my briefcase, get it ready to rock, and I make sure I give my family a hug and kiss, because, like I said, you know, I'm grateful for a lot of things, a lot of people, and those are some of them. And gratitude is not just something you say thank you about. Gratitude is an action word. So I show it, and I remind them that I love them, because you never know, today will be your last day. So that is my morning ritual. And I'm trying to think if I forgot something. This is a longer video than I usually make, but if you think this is long, imagine my morning ritual. So yes, you might have to get up early. Yes, it is worth it. I get up before anybody else does. There's a certain amount of peace and quiet. I listen to the birds when I meditate. There's time alone. I'm hoping I'm not leaving anything out, but the morning ritual has changed my life. It is a habit, a daily habit. It sets me up for the rest of the day. You could ask Olympians who are sprinters, long distance, the most important part of the race is the takeoff. When that gun goes off, the takeoff is important. So set yourself up for success. Set yourself up for happiness. Set yourself up for peace and empowerment. Have a powerful morning ritual. This is not a coincidence that every happy, successful, powerful, positively impactful individuals in the world have a morning ritual. For me, it's a must. And I love it. Love it! I stay hungry for it. I look forward to it. I have one life. You have one life. We got one life. One life. Grow and give. Kick some ass. Much love.